Well, good evening. Welcome to oNiD Racing for another night of good action, we hope. Something a little bit different for you tonight. We're bringing you the last round of the Jimmy Broadbent all-round series of events, aka ARSE. And tonight, paying homage to Mr. Broadbent himself, we are driving the Praga R1s around Thruxton. So stand by for fun and games. But thankfully, you will all be thrilled to hear I'm not by myself tonight. And I'm not just joined by one idiot, fellow oNidian. I'm joined by two. And even better news, neither of them are Johnny, because he's in bed ill. So hello, Ben. Hello, Ben. And hello, Jimbo. Feels like a while since I've spoken to you on stream, actually. So I know, yeah. I did say to him, "Are you going to come and watch so that we can rib you mercilessly?" And here he is. On a more serious note, Johnny, we hope you get well soon and fight the vid, and that you are back. Yes, at oNiD Racing, because I think pretty much everyone has been struck down with something right now. Because Ben, you're not well, although you tell us that it's not COVID, apparently. Super immune. Well, let's move on to more positive things, shall we? And that is the fact that we've got some Praga R1s out on track. Let's get... Oh, yeah. We seem to have... No, we seem to have two in the gravel at pretty much the same point. These things are quite tricky. Whoa, hello. Yeah, it would appear that way. Let's go full screen for everyone at home, by the way, so that you can see exactly what we're laughing at. But Darren Menzies' car was just flying through the air. Oh, it worries me when you say something like spawned, because do you want some really bad news? For the last few minutes, people have only been hearing me and not you guys.
Oh, that's terrible.
And that is my fault. So
probably for the best.
Let me try it again and say good evening, Ben.
Good evening. I didn't say anything derogatory about anyone. Good evening, everyone.
No, and good evening, Jimbo, as well.
Good evening, and I'd just like to wish Johnny all the best. And I also didn't say anything derogatory or slanderish.
They are liars. No, honestly, Johnny, we do wish you well. And of course, everyone else who's in the chat as well. So Captain Sparks is with us. I did see somebody else in there as well, but I've lost track of that already because I was too busy watching the Praga flying through the air in the pits. But there you go. So hopefully you can hear us all now, and we can bring you some action. We've got a 20-minute qualifying session off and running right now. So these guys are trying to throw their way around Thruxton, and to be as professional as possible, Mr. Mansi has even gone and learnt all the corner names. So in a moment, I'm going to find somebody just starting their lap, and then you can take us round the lap if you want, Jimbo.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. If anyone can finish a lap, nice.
Or find somebody who's starting a lap. Really, that would be even better. Right, so this person is about to start a lap.
Okay, so he's currently
Boyd.
coming through club. We've got a new subscriber. It's nice, isn't it?
Oh, Johnny Ash, thanks for the subscription.
Down to the first right-hander here, which is Allard, fast flat right-hander for the chicane of Campbell and Cobb. Don't have a 100-metre board here, which is really hard to... there's another car in the track. That's not part of the track guide, but there will be certain things you need to avoid. So
that was Seagrave we've just gone through, isn't it?
So this is Seagrave that they're now going through before the left of Noble. And after Noble, it is I would imagine, pretty much flat for the rest of the lap as they come through Goodwood.
He's not flat.
He tried flat.
It's not flat.
Oh, he tried. Is he? No, that's gone.
He
has gone. Well, he slid to Village, and somehow went through the tyre wall as well. That's not a very good safety feature.
So that's Church that Phoenix has just gone through, isn't it? I think.
That's Church, yeah. Now they're coming through Brooklands, which quickly becomes Woodham Hill, before braking for the final chicane of Club, where they'll let the car run out to the left before hitting the apex, jump over the curbs, and onto the start-finish straight to complete a lap. So that is Thruxton. I believe the highest average speed British track that we have.
Oh, absolutely! It's basically like a wobbly oval with two.
Yeah, it's if Great Britain tried to do an oval track, someone would have to throw in a chicane somewhere. Yeah.
So, have you guys driven Thruxton much in the past?
I've done it a lot in touring cars.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
And both new touring cars and classic touring cars, but I've never done it in something as high downforce as a Praga before, so I can imagine it's a totally different experience.
Well,
I'm full on age here then, because my last time doing Thruxton was on Toka touring cars.
Oh, you legend! Oh, what a game that was! What a
obviously
game.
Having watched touring cars and things like British superbikes as well, which I can imagine a motorbike round here, especially something like a 1000cc superbike, is just amazing.
Terrifying.
I was just about to say scary would have been my
terrifyingly amazing. But no, brilliant track, and obviously with the way it is with high speeds and slipstreams, it offers a lot in terms of racing and overtaking.
That's an excellent camera angle we've got there.
Yeah, that's fantastic, isn't it?
Something's going to come.
The hills are alive.
I mean,
thanks, Assetto Corsa.
There we go.
There we go. There's a car.
I mean, as everyone knows, I adore Assetto Corsa, like big time. But just every now and again, you can tell it is a significantly old game.
But it's brilliant, though, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Oh, as Fulvio Phoenix goes off.
My first experience with Assetto Corsa was on the PlayStation, so to me it was just like a poor man's Gran Turismo. It was like, go and do this, and struggled to drive that, and start in a Fiat 500, and it's really boring. And then I got it on PC, and everyone was like, "Oh, get Content Manager, get Sol," and then I found Assetto Land, and it was like, "Oh, they've got my Mercedes A45 on there." I've been toying with the idea of taking that around Brands Hatch. Let's download my car and just take it around Brands Hatch, and crash considerably a lot, and realise that possibly taking my real car around Brands Hatch is quite a bad idea.
Yeah, I like doing stuff like that as well. My dad actually owns a 1950 MG TC. It's a lovely car, but I'm way too fat to drive it. But I could not believe that you can actually download an MGTC on Assetto Corsa. So
well, it goes as far as a double-decker bus is. Probably the strangest thing that I've downloaded and tried to drive around. I think it was Old Park.
You have not pushed.
I mean, in the terms of what a real vehicle is, not a giant banana or a sim rig that actually races around the circuit as well. But no, in terms of a real vehicle, a double-decker bus was probably the strangest. Yes, I've done the transits around Nürburgring as well.
Oh my god, yeah. The transits are great. The bread vans are amazing. Have you ever tried anything like the Formula Mad mods and stuff like that? They're just incredible. But also big fan of some of the other more crazy mods as well. Just for a bit of a laugh, the buses are good. And if you've only tried the double decker, then you are missing out on the bendy bus joy.
I can only imagine.
You can get the back end of the bendy bus out. Oh, as Darren Menzies gets his back end out as well.
Adam massively in favour of getting his back end out. Well, in relation to the name of the championship, I guess
It's very suitable.
It works, yeah.
Yeah, I think on the oNiD side, you can expect a set of course of fun nights coming up soon. Some of the boys just working on that right now. Let's just have a quick look at the lap times, because there is a right gaggle of cars in the middle there. Simendra, apologies if I've completely slaughtered your name, is currently fastest with a 1:11.2. Kirosh is second, best part of half a second slower. But then you see you've got Lacroix is, Finney goes third now and is just under 6/10 off the pace. And then you've got Lacroix at plus 0.616, Matheson at plus 620, Scott at plus 0.690, Clerk at plus 778. It's close out there. And then you look a little bit further down and you've got Nissen, Watkins and Susky as well. Really, really close together. We could see some really good battling tonight.
Yeah, it looks really good, really close. And obviously this is in qualifying with these guys out on the track on their own. You imagine in the race when they're picking up slipstream, you'd like to think that there'll be plenty of overtaking, but also just the pack will stay closer together.
And you would expect that slipstream is going to be a big thing with high downforce machines around such a fast track as well. So yeah, as we pick up Ethan Scott as he heads into Campbell and Cobb right now. Corners that I remember best for in the 90s. Rickard Rydell doing the old Rydell shuffle through there and selling the dummy and doing the old switcheroo and passing so many cars through there in the Volvo.
Yeah, it's kind of like we see a switcheroo mostly as one corner, don't you? You let the person dive up the inside, you cut back to the apex as they miss it, whereas with them first two corners, you can kind of switcheroo from the first through to the second corner. You sell the dummy into the first one, they go deep, you then swing out to the right for the left, and then just get great drive all the way down Seagrave into Noble. Listen to me.
Check you out. You have literally got the map open in front of you, haven't you?
This is the reason I have an ultra-wide monitor.
Oh, he had to drop that into conversation at some point, didn't he?
He did. Although yesterday he was shouting at it.
Yeah, it was.
True.
It was annoying me yesterday. Everything wanted to play in 800 by 600 at full screen and looked like a Mega Drive. So
Johnny wants us to start calling it the Johnny Shuffle now. But Johnny, we discussed this the other day, and that just sounds like the Truffle Shuffle. And then it put
Johnny
images in my mind of you doing the Truffle Shuffle, really. So, no.
I went totally the other way direction. For that.
I don't want to know.
Just
I
thinking
do
about
not.
Being 14 and the first time with a girl.
I think we should move on.
Silence.
Yeah.
Is everyone okay?
Conversation, to be fair. So
Zymendra still top. How do we think I'm doing with the pronunciation there, chaps? Any good?
Simendera.
Zymendera. Yeah, that's better. I was doing Zymendra. Yeah, Zymendera. Like it.
He's got a good gap as well. Like half a second round a 1:11 lap time is pretty considerable. I know. It'd be interesting to see if he finishes that far ahead, or if he got a toe off anyone as well. Because I'm assuming the toe is huge. Well, we know that the slipstreaming here is going to be huge. I just don't know how much it improves lap times across the lap.
Yeah, indeed. I mean that talking of slipstreams and affecting races, that gaggle in the middle of cars, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, that pack, all within a tenth and a half of each other, just keeps growing. More and more people slotting into that pack. So yeah, I'm expecting some fun and games out there. Mercy Caller, good evening. Welcome along.
So I'm just having a read about the Praga whilst we're doing this, and one of the probably the strangest facts is the height of the car from ground to top is less than a meter. It is 965 millimeters high, or 96.5 centimeters high.
There's no way I'd get in one of those.
Well, you'd get in, but you might not get out.
Well, especially not at the moment, eh? But yeah.
Oh.
He had to drop that in, didn't he?
He had to, yeah. That's what I'm saying, he had to.
And they range from 330 to 390 brake horsepower, with a dry weight of 634 kilos. So
this mod in AC is the older R1, so it's not the current R1. So I think this is at the lower end of the horsepower that you were talking about just then. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're over 4 meters long as well.
That's what she said.
I like a little bit of information because obviously, you know, we're tied up with Jimmy Broadbent for this, and he now races the Praga. This will be his second season. And having seen a few clips that he's put on his YouTube and on his Twitter of the onboards, especially, it's basically, it seems like it's a motorbike with wheels, very sort of aerial atom. Kind of,
I mean, I was going to ask, has he got any information about what the engine actually is? You know, what type of engine is it? And
I can tell you exactly what the engine is.
It's a
Renault F4R A32 1998cc inline 4 advanced turbocharger management longitudinal. I'll even get that right. Mid-engine is the Praga R1.
Nice.
So Renault F4R A32, and it's a 2-litre. So you imagine a 2-litre engine. My car has a 2-litre engine, and it weighs just shy of 2 ton.
Mine's about 4 ton with me sat in it.
Yeah, I'm about there as well. This is 643 kilos. So yeah, it's. I think if you take that into context, a 1000cc motorbike. A superbike tends to be around 140 to 150 kilos. So you imagine that in a car as a 2-litre. That is that's some power.
It really is. These things are absolute weapons. You can only imagine just how much fun they must actually be to drive in real life as well. They look like you can really throw them into a corner.
Yeah, because the levels of downforce that they get, obviously there are cars with higher levels of downforce, but for such a small car with that much like power to weight, with that amount of downforce, they really are taking some speed through some of these corners. And there's through Church, is that Church flat I'm just seeing there?
He gave it ever so slight lift on the way.
Was there a slight lift? But yeah, pretty much flat through Church. Not bad at all.
So this is Zymandera, who's the current pole man.
Who's deep into there, and that's a cut. That's another cut.
It's going to be interesting in the race, because I know they're in qualifying, so they are all pushing, but we are seeing quite a few cars running off the track. So there's it's one thing with Thruxton is a lot of the braking, especially for the last chicane, is done while turning, which is quite difficult. At times, so and we were mentioning it while they were doing practice. I mentioned it, didn't I? Whether we was talking about the grass on this mod, it is very much like grass. It's not grippy. It really has zero grip out there. Mm-hmm. So all it takes is at that speed, a couple of wheels on the grass, you start losing the car. And you're off. And I mean, the invisible barriers, I know aren't going to damage your car, but if you do it at the last kind of sequence where the tyre walls are right next to the track, that's going to definitely be causing damage for yourself. So it is going to be staying in the slipstream of people, staying competitive, but also keeping it clean, I think, is the big thing for today.
It really is the thing with Thruxton, isn't it? It's it's one of them tracks that's just unforgiving. The minute you make a mistake, that is it. It's not like these Herman Tilke F1 tracks that have a car park on the outside of every fast corner that you can just run off into and slow down and come back on, or just cut if you're Fernando Alonso. and carry on. And carry on as you were. So yeah, and it's another one of these classic British tracks that we see so oftenly on ACC. One that we don't see, but I'm sure we will come and soon is Cadwell. Again, just another great example of an unforgiving British track.
Oh, that's interesting. So we have seen just a couple of changes towards the top of the timing sheets. I was expecting Fulvio Phoenix to be right up there. He's been a bit of a regular in some of oNiD's AC leagues, and has always been ridiculously quick. And I don't think he's going to do it on this lap. But
no, he's had enough of that.
Simon-Dara has felt the need to go back out again, because Phoenix and Lacroix have both got less than 3/10 behind Simon-Dara now, but they're both back in the pits, so I think Eric is pretty safe out front, but going to go for another one anyway as we follow him into Campbell and Cobb.
Yeah, it looks like they struggle for grip and putting the power down out of the exit here, and also it would seem touching the curbs really unsettles the car as well.
Matheson goes fourth, by the way, just a third of a second off the pace now. So again, that pack, they're all getting a bit quicker, but tightening up.
Top nine within a second.
Wow. This is coming down to Church now, and it is flat. It is absolutely flat chat through Church. So Simon-Dara now coming down to Club, the final chicane. This is where he lost it a moment ago. Better entry. Whacks the curb, gets away with it, and we'll let that one run out. It's really nice.
Nice.
And no improvement though.
Doesn't improve.
But still a really solid lap from Simon-Dara. So he seems the most consistently fast at this moment in time.
Yeah, but as Ben said, it only takes one small mistake and you're...
Like Matheson there, who we've seen be really, really competitive in other rounds.
Yeah.
Because obviously me and Jimbo were racing against him on Monday in the Alpines, because we did some of the Alpines in the GT4s, and he was, what, was he like...
He was up the front,
first and second or something like that?
He was
up there.
He came fourth in the first and then second in the... Or he won the second one because there was a drive-through for the leader, wasn't there?
That's right. Yeah. So he's quick, and even he's making mistakes out in the last quarter. There's not that many braking zones, but there's definitely lots of corners to think about. So plenty of areas to make mistakes.
The entry into Club looks really difficult as well. It's been so long since I've driven this track, but it's almost like you sort of brake and aim for the apex, but then you sort of run out wide again.
Yeah, it's like you try and take the first part really, really shallow, and then start to run out again before then tucking back in, and yeah, it looks tricky. But that will be the key overtaking spot during the race, I should imagine.
With the slipstream, yeah, you'd think so. It's just going to be a case of getting it right when you do go for the overtake. I know in real life racing I've seen touring cars roll at that chicane from hitting the curb and hitting each other, so fingers crossed we don't have any of that. We got a full warm-up lap?
No, there's no warm-up lap in AC.
Oh, it's just red lights and... I can't say it because of copyright.
So the other thing that we just have to do is have to at some point find a way to do return to pits, because otherwise my car is going to sit on the grid and nobody wants that. But we are about to go racing, so Eric Simon-Dara leads us away then, and made a really good start. So I'm just going to very quickly do that quick return to pits and then come back out and try and pick up our race leader. There we go. So just a set course of things there that you have to do, but Simon-Dara's got away really cleanly, and Phoenix in second, and Matheson in third. But look at that gaggle of cars behind, headed by Lacroix. relatively clean though.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see with colder tyres how these guys go, because they're going to be used to going full chat on nice grippy warm tyres, which we're not going to see because there we go. Nice.
Let's go on board with Zach Finney because he's the last car in this main gaggle of cars as they come down towards church. He goes to the outside. That's not going to work, I'm afraid. And we are going to lose Zach Finney into the green ice.
Yeah. Thankfully, there's a lot of runover. He's got a follower though.
Oh no!
Got another one.
No.
And another one.
Another two. So I think, that one did that. That wall's solid. Once found that wall solid, but that's to be anticipated. This a first time that a lot of them will be doing
Adam's
with full fuel.
as well.
Full fuel in slipstream as well. Full fuel with slipstream. I mean, there's going to be struggles, I think.
Yeah, and on the fuel situation as well. The question earlier on was about their pit stops. They have the option of doing either fuel or tyres at their stops, but I get the impression that they're probably all going to end up doing both. Around Thruxton, you are going to chew your left-hand side tyres very, very quickly, but also I did see some chat between the drivers that actually you can't get to the end on one tank of fuel.
Most with today's rates, this is going to be an expensive race.
Exactly. So this is a back marker that Zymander is coming up behind. So that must have been somebody who was stuck in the pits, I think, early doors.
Yeah, we've got Susky in the pits, and I believe that was Boyd that he's just passed.
Oh, and we've got Lacroix round.
Oh.
Manages to find himself a little gap there. That's not a bad rejoin, actually. We'll take that. Zymandera gets straight into the 111s, 111.9 on the first flying lap of the race. So Phoenix and Matheson getting pretty close together for second then. We know the form of both of these drivers is pretty strong as we lose Callum Boyd, unfortunately.
You can't sneak out quietly on AC, can you?
You just cannot.
Publicises it to everyone.
It names and shames.
Yeah.
So this is on board with Matheson then as they come up through the fast section. Let's have a look at what this slipstream's like.
Wow, is that? Did he miss a gear? Or that was huge.
He's still there. He's still there.
Oh, that's tight.
Just saw a flash of him in the rear vision mirror.
Wow, so it looks like the slipstream is pretty powerful then, if they're able to do that, where they're overtaking each other backwards and forwards.
Phoenix goes back around the outside.
Oh,
very nice.
That's a pinch. Oh, that's...
We're losing another car, unfortunately. Zach Finney is the latest to retire.
He was one of the ones in the top 10, wasn't he, within the second?
He was indeed.
So we've lost Finney and Boyd already.
So this battle for second continues to rage. Let's go back on board with Craig Matheson now. Let's see once again whether this slipstream is as big as it looked earlier on, or whether it was a case of Phoenix getting things a little bit wrong. But at the moment, Zymander is just getting away, isn't he?
2.7 in 3 laps, 2.8. It's just literally going up. Every time it updates, it's going up.
Because what? Oh, hello! Oh my good lord!
Was that Zymander that was in the middle of the track?
It was Zymander.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
So he's obviously lost it on the.
Yeah, but he
would have only just lost it because he was only 3 or 4 seconds up the road. So he's probably dropped it, tried to save it, and he's in the middle of the track as he's coming back, as they're coming round. Because there was only a couple of seconds between them.
That looked.
It looked like he maybe could have been on the brakes instead of not, but
potentially.
He drops it.
Yeah, he's got
again.
damage.
So
yeah, he's got damage.
He has to pit. This one is outside of the pit window as well. So hopefully we don't lose him because he's quick. But Phoenix now takes the lead, and the car that was with him, it was Matheson, wasn't it? So Matheson
got collected in it.
He's back up and running. It doesn't look great, that
heavily damaged. No, the wing's bent on the back.
Yeah, so he's back into the pits. Zymandera is coming out of the pits, so at least he's going to continue. It's good to see. So we've got 3 cars going at it into turn 1.
Matson must be livid. That was, yeah, I feel like he should have been on the brakes. I get what you're saying, he's gone off, but I don't. When a car goes off, it doesn't tend to come back on the track facing forward. And
as we see 2 cars collecting each other out of Cobb.
So
and actually, Zymandera just makes himself
positions.
up. Yeah, absolutely.
He's already out the pits then, and
already out the pits and gaining positions. Yeah.
Can't have had too much damage then. I don't know how quick the old repair is on here. Adam, you might be able to impart some Assetto Corsa wisdom to me, but
number
not too
one.
bad. He's only 50 seconds off the lead.
Number 1, it's just worth pointing out that Scott is now in the lead. Phoenix has obviously had an issue. He's down to 4th, and he looks like he's got a slightly wobbly rear wing now as well. And that was going to be one of the things that I was just going to use as an answer to your question there, Ben. And that is that in oNiD League racing, we actually on AC have damage turned off.
Fair enough.
So we're not used to stopping for damage actually. So
there's someone just stopping. I mean, there's someone just parked up. Oh.
Well, just getting some of the scenery in. Yeah, it's a nice part of the world. This.
There's more of it. Brilliant.
There's Ethan Scott. As we lose another driver, Michael Shipper. So he's a oNiD regular as well, and he's gone now. So race of attrition. Ethan Scott out front and must be enjoying himself out there. He's pulled the gap to 2.6 ahead of Kirosh.
Kirosh is a name I've seen before. Was that oNiD or was that specifically the JB events?
I think it was in the JB events. I think he did the what was the crazy night that we commentated on, the very, very wet one? That was the first round of this, wasn't it?
Silverstone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Wasn't he in a V12? Was he in the V12 or was he in the Bentley?
He could have been.
Well, it was V12s and Bentleys at the front, so it must have been. Must have been one of them.
Oh, there was a white line there, but no, don't worry about it. Just cut away.
Imagine Verstappen would be straight on the radio.
I'm telling you, he crossed the line. He crossed the line. Oh dear.
I know it says no F1 spoilers occasionally on here, but I'm assuming that just hasn't been taken off purely because it's Wednesday.
No, I accidentally put the wrong overlay on, but I've corrected it now. So if you looked at it now, it's all fine and dandy. But thank you for making sure that everyone's aware of my errors and failures in life.
Hey, we've all got them.
Some of us more than others.
I seem to collect them.
Yeah. Mercy Cooler with that looked like Matheson has done what oNiD stands for. Yes, indeed. Oh no, yes. I died. Johnny's busy with his calculator, saying that Clark will be champion. He thinks if he finishes.
If he finishes, wow. Okay, so
confident.
I would say it looks like he's in knowledge of that because he seems to be sat steady. He's already 31 seconds off the lead after 7 laps. So, yeah, he's just got to finish.
Yeah, we've only had 10 minutes so far, and we've already seen how many people enter the pit lanes. There's plenty of time.
Yeah, and they've all got
those tyres start going.
Yeah, they've all got to do their mandatory stops yet as well.
What time does the pit window open into the race?
I think it opens in about 4 seconds' time.
Okay.
Think that there you go, pit window open, and closes with 10 minutes of the race left.
Excellent.
So they've got plenty of time.
So at least now, if they have an off for the next 40 minutes, they can pit and get their mandatory out the way whilst fixing the damage. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all the way this has gone, they can pit twice.
Oh, we see 2 more cars off. I was about to say 1 more, but then it became 2 more. Mattas Karts ran out of fuel due to running quali fuel. RIP. That is what we call the Tom Stock strat.
And Johnny's first calculator wasn't working correctly because he's now come back saying Matteson has basically already run one.
Good to see that Cart has been into the pits though and got some fuel and got going again. So good on you for not just retiring and carrying on. That's great to see. Zymandera has made his way up to 7th now, so he is climbing back through the order. Matheson still mired in 15th. But it's very much the innocent party in all of that, but they did enter the pits at very, very different times. So let's just go back out front. This is Ethan Scott's with a significant lead now, over 5 seconds. Well, it was momentarily and then dropped back below, but around the 5-second mark. What do you reckon, guys? Time for him to chill out and knock the pace back a little bit, keep it safe, or do you prefer to keep pushing and get yourself in a rhythm?
I'd prefer to be in the rhythm. If what he's doing now is obviously working, because he's not going off. Not that we're seeing. He's not making mistakes. So just keeping a consistent pace at the minute, and as long as the tyres hold out, you have no idea what's going to happen later. So if you're extending the gap at this point, I'd just keep on doing what I'm doing, really. Otherwise, you're off. Like was that Clerk behind him running wide? So
yes, it was. He's managed to hold it though. He didn't get completely screwed by the green ice.
Because we haven't seen Scott making a mistake, so I mean, I don't see. No, just keep it consistent. He's obviously going to have lap traffic and all sorts of things coming up, so
including
plenty of obstacles in the way.
Here is 3 back markers about to become a factor. We have seen a couple of cars through the pits already. As we see a back marker just lose the back end. Like you said earlier, Jimbo, they look a bit nervous over the large curbs here.
Yeah, just I mean, I haven't got any experience in driving these cars around here, but yeah, it just seems that they get unsettled quite easily.
Fantastic development this
almost like a Honda NSX at Donington. On a track guide.
A little white boy Logan. Thanks for the follow, by the way. So Jimbo, are you looking forward to driving a Honda NSX around Donington?
I plead the fifth. No, do you know what? I had a quick go in it. I tried the 3 cars that I put out as a suggestion for it. You want to talk about a nervous car? Yeah, the Honda is. Every time you change gear, it's almost like, oh, what are you doing? Why are you turning?
It's like what, sorry?
Oh,
oh sailor. Little white boy Logan with the cheery bits and things. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. We shall return to Jimbo's noises now.
Oh, that was it. No, it's not so bad if you just sort of raise the rear ride height. I can definitely think of worse tracks I'd have to be doing it on. Yeah, it's what it is. I'll think of my suggestions for the next 3 cars a little bit more in depth next time.
Well, at least you can maybe get it out of the way and done and dusted, and you don't have to include it in your suggestions for the rest of the season.
There is that.
Well, we all look forward to watching that one as we stay on board with Ethan Scott, because he's really nice actually. He's just looking very, very calm and collected. He's not throwing the car around. It's looking pretty settled, and he's not pushing it to the absolute limits, but it still looks pretty quick on board.
That's just the nature of the track. You don't want to be pushing it too hard, and to go, sometimes you go quick by not looking like you're going quick. Oh, had to keep his wits around him there with the lap traffic. But yeah, I think sometimes you don't necessarily look like you're going fast. You are going fast because you are so smooth and consistent with it, especially on a track like this where you've got minimal braking zones, it is all just keeping to your racing lines and not touching the grass.
I was just listening to see if there was a lift through church, and absolutely none. So Scott continues to push on.
He seems to be holding the gap around sort of that 6 to 6.5 seconds now. Like Ben was saying, he's in the groove. He seems pretty happy with how he's going. And yeah, I wouldn't change anything. The minute you start to, it sounds weird, but the minute you start to think about more and change your braking zones and your turning points, you end up losing much more time than you realise.
We just saw Lacroix in the pits. I don't know why, but I really like saying that name. It's makes me feel educated. Lacroix. There you go. Marek Chittil is just diving into the pits. We just caught the back end of him returning to track after a bit of a moment, so he's carrying some damage now. And this is Lewis Clark just coming through T1. So the field quite spread out at the moment. But it will start to concertina together again towards the end of the race, I should imagine, especially if the Corvettes around Sebring were anything to go by. Then we had crazy racing right up until the end, so don't go anywhere. I have just noticed though, we have lost Eric Zymandera. So our poleman and early leader is gone. Which means that maybe it's an open door again for the likes of Phoenix and Matheson to come back through and try and recoup some of their earlier mistakes. But Scott looking good at the moment.
You got up to P7 is a lap behind. Obviously, it could be that they've pitted and the guys in front haven't. I don't know sort of how long a pit stop takes on AC. Totally.
Yeah, I think
totally
also
uneducated in this, completely blind, really.
I think also as soon as the leader crosses the line, it will show everyone as being a lap down until they cross the line next themselves. So it may just be that they're a long way behind. But I think definitely everyone from 7th downwards must be a lap down, given that Watkins was a minute 10 behind the leader and the lap times were only about a minute 11. So yeah, but there has been some variation in pit stop strategies already. So you see Phoenix throw it through turn 1. He does like a flash of the lights, and he's on it again. Ooh.
Oh!
Gets collected by a spinning back marker.
That what you get for flashing your lights when you're miles back from someone, I'm not sure. But
possibly.
That was unfortunate. That was very unfortunate. They obviously just nowhere really to go. That the car had lost it in front of him. He was obviously quite close behind. Hopefully he hasn't got too much damage from that.
Riding on board with Alexandre Kirosh now, because that is second place Clerk right in front of him. He's in a Clerk-Clark sandwich right now, one either side of him. Kirosh through turn 1 and just closing that gap a little bit to Clerk in front of him. I have to admit, these things are really making me want to get out there and drive. I did try a lap in practice, but on the controller, not so much fun.
They look fun to throw around. I'm kind of sad that I couldn't be racing tonight. They do look a lot of fun.
It could be any worse than the Alpines.
We've lost Fulvio Phoenix now as well, so another one of our quick drivers has gone.
It's a 6th DNF.
So, yeah, it's still early days with putting together some of these events, and these are sort of pitted more as socials. It is a little bit of a shame to have had 31 drivers sign up and just the 20 turn up, and then we've lost 6 of them already. So for those that are carrying on, really good opportunity to push on and potentially get yourself a much better result than you were expecting, as Kirosh gets a lot closer to Clerk. Where is he going to make the move?
Pitted.
Sorry?
I'm assuming Clark has pitted.
Clark in 4th. No.
No, he hasn't. I can't see. He just seems to have dropped back massively now. 50 seconds off the lead. But yeah, hell of a battle for P2 here at the moment.
Somewhere behind that mound. Come on, get to the next camera. Oh, as they swap positions briefly, but we are back with it now. So this is Clerk in 2nd, still in the black and gold. Praga with the lime green one of
He's gonna have a hell of a run up there as well. Yeah, he's gonna have a hell of a run.
So I think
he's on the outside to Kiros, so that's gonna be tricky if he oh, what a move!
Wow,
superbly
That's
done.
fantastic. I mean, Clerk did all he could by holding the inside. Obviously, he had to slow down a lot earlier. It was earlier on the brakes to actually make the corner, and Kiros has just kind of slid it round the outside, full send. We are very appreciative of that.
Yeah, that was nice.
It's a proper touring car move, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, fantastic. That is exactly what you'll be seeing very soon in the British touring cars this season when they visit Thruxton.
Cannot wait. Mattas Karts is asking, does returning to pits through the menu count as a pit stop?
All I can say is it doesn't on ACC, so...
Yeah, I'm not sure. Potentially the only way to find out is to keep going and see if towards the end it reminds you that you still need to pit. But that's not the ideal advice. But no, I'm not sure is the long and short of that one, I'm afraid. So your current order is Scott from Kirosh, then Clerk, then Watkins, Lacroix, Matheson, Rossing, Overstreet, Chittill, Nissen, Susky, Cart and Cotton. I missed Phoenix out because he's already retired. So back to our race leader. And Ethan has not pitted at this moment in time. 27 minutes of the pit window left open. So again, if you were Ethan Scott, would you just run it as long as you could now because you're in a rhythm, or what would you do?
I think again, I don't know how long a pit stop is here. Can he pit, do everything and be out before the guys catch him up? If so, I would potentially look at that. I'd also look at if I was coming up on a few lapped cars at once, maybe I'd just take the stop and not attempt trying to get past them all. We've seen quite a few accidents of people getting collected in other people's accidents. So they'd probably be the places I was at. If I knew I could pit and get out before the other guys, that would be consideration. If I was coming up on a gaggle of lapped cars, that would also be another reason to get me to pit.
Of course, some of it may be depending on how much fuel you've got on board as well, because if we know that the fuel won't go all the way, then as we lose another driver now, Nissen is out, so that makes 7 out now. But of course, if he's only filled for half distance, then he's going to have to come in at half distance, really.
I was trying to see if there was any information on the steering wheel, but doesn't seem to be the case. I thought the 4.1 might be something, but it hasn't changed for the entire lap. So
I think I'm right in saying that anything on the steering wheel that actually gives... as I thought Scott was going to drop it then. Anything that actually gives information is a static number and doesn't change, so that your competitors can't jump in and see how much fuel you've got on board and things like that. So yeah, I don't think we're going to learn anything from there, unfortunately. But we're down to 13 cars left now. Scott with a best part of 30-second gap, as I assume Kirosh has just dived for the pits. No, he's gone off. That's our second place car, has gone off at the chicane.
Oh, he can drive through them, which he's realised too late.
So he gets going again, and is that Clark? No, it wasn't Clark right behind him, it was a back marker. So this is Clark coming through the final chicane. We then got Watkins, who is in 5th, as we now lose Lacroix as well.
See, that you're going to be saying that for the rest of the race, are you?
No.
No.
How good is your French?
No.
And moving on.
No. Tu es un petit merde.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know if that's correct. It's the right words, but I don't know whether it actually forms a coherent sentence or not. I don't know.
I do think we've missed a trick though with the stream titles today. I think it should have been 20 drivers try to survive an hour of Thruxton, because we could see it coming a little bit in practice and qualifying with the amount of incidents because of the difficult nature of the track and the car combo. But it really has been a race of attrition so far. I mean, we're nearly halfway through and we've lost, doing maths, 8 cars, is it?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, well, on the subject of Thruxton being a tricky place to race and finding things that are very fast with lots of downforce to drive around them, can I make a recommendation to both of you, and in fact anyone watching as well? Go and try a modern day Formula 1 car around here. It's insane.
Is it as insane as I tried the on iRacing? I tried the Formula 1 car at Knockhill.
Oh,
I've seen a lot of people doing that. Yeah.
When that came out, I did this exactly the same that I think everyone else was. That was absolutely mad. So I can imagine at Thruxton it would just be insanity.
Yeah, it is.
Through here.
It is. Where's the other place that I tried a modern day Formula 1 car and was just absolutely blown away?
Cadwell?
Sorry?
Cadwell?
No. I don't think a modern day Formula 1 car was
scary enough at Cadwell, let alone a
I think
Formula 1 car.
With a Formula 1 car at Cadwell, you'd get to the mountain and that would be it.
Yeah.
You'd never come
Just
back
take
down.
off.
Jeez, terrifying place. I think Cadwell may be on the list before too long for some of our fun races in AC. I do sense some bread vans around Cadwell Park.
Anything that can stay relatively grounded at the mountain would be useful.
We've done milk cut. We've done the bread vans at Cadwell, haven't we?
Did we?
That was my finest hour, I think. If I
remember.
Oh,
yes.
This is what he wants to talk about.
That was my finest hour. That was the best race I've ever had.
We've had Adam and his leg, me and the monitor, and now Ben and his.
Now Ben and Cadwell Park and bread vans. Yeah.
Anyone with
doesn't
your
sound quite as fancy.
Oh, I know what we're missing for a full house. We haven't discussed Johnny in a warm-up lap.
We have now. Bingo! I've got bingo! Bingo!
Yeah. House.
I tell you what, for the next oNiD Enduro, whenever that comes up, we are going to have to do an oNiD stream bingo card, I think.
Yeah, especially if you're on comms for about 4 to 6 hours or how many hours, you're going to have a full house pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, just one of the squares could just be absolutely. So, in fact, you could have several of those and still fill.
I was going to say you could have like one in each corner of them.
Yeah.
What else would you have? Obviously, the Johnny warm-up lap spin.
You'd have Jimbo says something inappropriate that almost gets stream shut down.
But that's an easy one.
Absolutely. That's Ben's one. We'd get
right in front of Scott.
Wow.
We'd get Ben doing a weird stretchy noise, like a.
There's a lot of me to stretch out, Adam. All right.
Oh, good lord.
I see. Was Jimbo about to fill his box again?
I don't even know what to say.
No, because you don't want to fill your box.
I'll tell you what though. Every time that bloody hill comes up, I feel like we should have Alan Titchmarsh in the commentary box so he can tell us what that is.
Well, we've got Alan Titmarsh.
we haven't done the British take on names this evening as well.
No, we haven't.
Is someone not taking a racing line either.
So Ethan Scott.
Can't do anything with Scott.
I think his name would be Ethan Scott. Justin Clerk. Jason Clark.
But we got a Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I don't know then.
You're doing a better job of this than I would.
Okay.
I think Clark's still fine, isn't it?
I don't know.
Clark is okay.
Sounds very South African to me. Alexandra Kirosh. It's got to be Alan Quinn.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Clark again is fine.
Lewis Clark. Reece
Watkins is fine.
Yeah. Craig Matheson. Kind of okay, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're not passing judgment on people's names here, by the way. That's if you've just tuned in. Cornelius Rossing. Right.
Adam's favourite pastime. To take either a complicated name or foreign name.
In seventh place at the moment, we've got Clive Rogers.
Good.
Yep.
Yep.
And then we've got Mark
Cuthbert.
I'm going to message Marek afterwards, and I'm going to be like, "You need to go and watch the stream back to say
you're going to message who? Sorry, you're messaging who?
Marek.
No, who?
No.
You're going to message Mark Cuthbert.
Mark Cuthbert.
Who have we got here? Oh, we don't know what the first name is. That gives us free reign. So Colin Susans.
We've got a Colin. You've already done a Colin. You can't.
No,
use
that was a Clive.
one of the names, sorry. Was it? I thought you said Colin.
No.
Have we not just got a normal Colin?
No.
Normal Colin.
There's no such thing as a normal Colin, is there?
Yeah.
Names
that don't exist anymore. Colin. Nigel. Graham.
Roger. Well, this chap here is. Well, I know this is Chris Overstreet, obviously, but the.
I think for the purpose of the context is that his surname should be changed to Oversteer.
Yeah, very good, very good. Matas Kart.
Oh, that was the one that we hoped was Mario Kart.
We did, because in ACC he just showed up as M Kart, didn't he? Which gave us lots of entertainment. Well, it's got to be Matthew, isn't it? Matthew.
Matthew.
I just wanted to say Cuthbert again, but you've already done Cuthbert. Matthew.
Can't believe you boys are putting this much thought into this.
That's got to be done.
Honestly, when you get Adam to do this, you can hear the cogs work, or cog.
Well, he hasn't got a helper in his ear like he had with the other day with the Coldplay puns.
Well, that's true.
Production team, what have we got for M Cart?
Yeah. Oh, he's got his hand on his ear again, pretending that he's got a producer.
Oh, I used to like you lot.
You brought that one on yourself.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, but it was only in rinsing you because you being such a plum at the time.
Hold on, you decided to try and rinse me for being a plum by pretending you had a production team. Now say that back to yourself.
Out loud. Yeah. In a mirror.
Anyway, there's a race going on, guys.
There is. It's quite spread out.
Has he?
Yeah.
I'm assuming so, because he's now only 12 and a half seconds.
Yeah, he's only got a 12-second gap, so I hadn't seen anything to see it gone off, so he must have just hopped into pit lane.
It would suggest that they are quick pit stops, though, wouldn't it?
Because nobody's really lost a massive amount of time when they've been in the pits, by the look of it. So
no, and I mean it is quite a short pit lane, isn't it?
It is. It's a short pit lane, and well, given that we don't think that the cars will make an hour on fuel, It might be that they're just kind of topping up the fuel, maybe, and changing the tyres
Splashy dashy.
rather than running half a tank or whatever you need to do halfway. I think maybe taking the full tank, giving a bit of a splash and dash on fuel, and maybe taking tyres if you need it.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen anything that kind of indicates that they need to take tyres. They seem to be fine.
I guess
it's kind of calmed down a bit, hasn't it? We haven't had anyone drop out for about 15 minutes. So,
Well, that and you've got... Well, there's only 12 cars left on the track as well. So, I mean, the way they're spread out now as well.
lawnmower on the right, though.
Yeah. And so, hold on. That's... no, it's Clark, isn't it? In the...
No, it's not Clark. It wasn't Clerk either. It wasn't Chittill. I don't know who it was.
Excellent. There are a few people with the same
Might be
livery,
Matheson.
so just to confuse you.
No, it's not Matheson. Might have been Kirosh. No, it wasn't Kirosh. I don't know who it was, actually. This is professional, isn't it?
Very.
The problem is, right, so... and you know, obviously this is a social event. We thought we'd jump on. There was chance of some high levels of entertainment seeing these Pragas go around Thruxton. But it's fair to say that the tools that we have at our disposal for streaming AC events are a little more limited to some of the nice flashy new stuff that you get on ACC and Race Room and all of that kind of stuff.
That's a very polite way of putting it. Yes.
A very polite way of me saying I haven't got a frigging clue what's going on.
Well, at least you can get the programs running. I was struggling with that, so I mean, yeah, it's a stark contrast to the well polished events that we have on ACC. But I think it's a good change of pace. It's good to show something else on stream, that there are other sims out there, even if we haven't quite got the same level of tools. We'll still make it work, and you'll still get some inane conversation throughout the race, as well as some in-depth race analysis.
Yes, indeed.
Have I covered for us there?
And you'll also possibly learn words that you've never heard before.
Yes, and names as well that have been made up on the spot. I mean, it's obviously not kept Johnny's attention because I haven't seen him in chat for a while, so he's obviously fallen asleep in his.
COVID's got him, hasn't it?
Yeah, COVID has got him.
The COVID has got him.
He's in a little COVID swaddle.
A quaddle. Beg your pardon?
What? I said a swaddle. What's a quaddle?
You said a COVID swaddle, so what I did was I combined the two words and it became a quaddle.
I thought you meant that he needed 4 swaddles to get around him.
Wow! Johnny, are you there? Johnny, are you there?
This is a test to see if he's here. Look, we're allowed to say this. We're all very rotund fellas, and Ben's just
And rotund.
Again, take that as you will.
I still guarantee that none of you are as rotund as myself.
Yeah, but you've been like legless for a little while, haven't you?
No, I think I've lost weight since I've had no leg.
What, since you had to push your knee scooter around?
Yeah, well, that, and I can't take myself to the shops to buy crap all the time, so...
Yeah, that'll help massively, actually.
Yeah, exactly, so... yeah, and the thought of getting up to go and get myself some food is far too much hard work, so I just don't. So no, I still guarantee I'm probably the most rotund. Maybe when we do all finally meet, we just get a.
There's a championship for that. Someone just bring a set of scales.
Yeah.
Mind you, from the sounds of things, we need a fucking weighbridge.
oNiD meetup at public weighbridge.
Yeah. You just see us lot walking into the pits in an F1 race. Cheers, guys. Can we just get you on the weighbridge?
One pad each, yeah. I was thinking one of those public weighbridges where you take the HGVs.
Don't want to do it publicly. That's embarrassing.
I don't think.
Says the man sitting here on the stream going, yeah, I'm a bit overweight. I'm alright. Can still see my toes when I look down. I think they're my toes anyway. I'm not sure.
There's plenty of other things I can't see anymore.
I shouldn't have 10 of them.
Oh, God. Right, thanks for the stream, everyone. There's 20 minutes left of the race, but Adam's killed it.
What is it Peter Kay used to say? Yes, there is a veranda over the toy shop.
Jesus.
Oh dear. There is a race going on, by the way, chaps.
Oh, there we go.
Yes, I was actually just having a look at it while you were talking about public way bridges. So Scott's lead is up to 40 seconds again, which I think was
Clark
probably
pitted.
an indication that Clark's had his pit stop. But Kyrgios has been starting to catch up Clark again, I think. So
Yeah, just a couple of seconds.
he might have a bit of
between
action there, yeah.
them. So I tell you what, let's go on board with Kyrgios actually. So Clark is one of those two cars in front, or Clerk, I should say, is one of the two cars in front. I think it's the furthest one away at the moment in time, because Clerk just put a lap on whoever that is that he put a lap on. But, Kyrgios, well, you see the back marker, he's quite happy pulling out the toe though, and making a nuisance of themselves. So Kyrgios will be thinking, well, you two keep fighting, and I'll keep plodding on. Expert race analysis. Two back markers between them now. Ooh, yay, yay, yay.
Oh,
Did well
dear.
there.
Did the back marker lose it? Yeah. No, he's still
No,
there.
Still there. But yeah, safe to say he was leaving plenty of room there, using all the track to let him pass.
Yeah, I was going to say it's.
It was in the driver briefing as we normally expected. We got a car off to the left-hand side there. I'm not sure who that was, but yeah, obviously it's the responsibility of the car behind to get past safely, etc. But you don't want to be making it difficult for a car who's putting a lap on you, especially if they're in a fight for position. Should be at the bottom of your list of things to do.
So
it's
Clark gets past Clark. I think Clark has had a spin. Yes, he has.
So he might have been the car off earlier, and then he's had another spin, I think.
So
I
Lewis,
did see as they went through Goodwood, I think it was. Was it Goodwood or Church? Sorry, they went through Church. There was a car off on the left-hand side, and that must have been Clark, who's maybe damaged the car and had another spin at the last chicane. So he's in the pits now, probably fixing that damage.
he is indeed. Meanwhile, Justin Clark.
So Kyrgios is still only still two seconds behind Clark, isn't he? So
Yeah, so Justin Clark is the
Clark's in
first
the
of these
pits,
three cars
so-
in the black and gold. Then you've got Matheson, who's a lap down. And then the one with the lime green nose is Kyrgios. So that is now the battle for second with 16 minutes left.
have you managed to find the static camera set that doesn't get hidden by the hill?
What I'm having to do is flick between F2 and F3. So F3 is the moving cameras. But then when the moving cameras go behind the mound, then I can flick to the fixed cameras that are not behind the mound.
You hear that, Jimbo? I think he's got something else to add to his CV. Actual cameraman now.
Yeah,
This is fantastic. That's great work experience.
thank you.
Wait for the next one. Then. Guys, camera 6 has failed. Can we get that back up?
Yeah, can
please?
we get that back, please? It's just staring at a bush.
Right, hang on. Mound coming up, guys. You ready? Yeah, no, get it queued up, please.
I could I've got the mental image of my in my head of you with your hand on the.
There you go. There's the mound. I asked you to switch
There's
it.
the mound here.
There we go. Right, thank you.
Cat sat there looking at him like, what? What? Why are you talking to me? What do you want me to do?
Yeah, Elfie has just looked at me with this look of, you really are a stupid human. But there you go. We haven't lost the car for a while.
No, I think everyone else has kind of got into the groove of it and also committed to the cause. I think at this point, when you've put 45 minutes in, I think if I binned it off now, I would just fix it and just carry on.
Kirosh has got himself past Matheson to put a lap on him.
Jesus.
Who's
that in the car behind? Is that Matson? In the
orange and white one, yes. Yeah. Yes.
Jesus, come around turn one like he was on fire. Just pure grip and speed. I suppose a lot of them are going to be sort of learning as the race goes on as well, and understanding the car better and better. I don't think we really have any Praga
Mound
sweats.
Mound. Thank you.
The backstory. Mound again. The backstory is your cats. The camera. The camera kind of adjusted. There you go.
Yeah, you should see Elfie's CV. It's much better than mine. So what we're looking at right now, for any of you that haven't quite picked up on this, is don't worry too much about the orange and white and black car. That's Matheson, who's a lap down.
All over the curbs. All over the curbs. All of the curbs.
Oh
no! He's pushing and really pushed. Clipped the sign.
He clipped the quick fit sign.
The only solid quick fit sign that is made of, well, titanium from the looks of things.
I mean, that wouldn't get into the Grade 1 FIA set up for a circuit, would it? Having a concrete quick fit sign.
There is a surprise for the track. As on the start finish straight, you will see 4 quick fit signs. One of them is solid. We're not going to tell you which one. That's at your risk.
The rest of them are made out of polystyrene, and you can plough through them. But one of them has a landmine underneath it.
And it just so happens that one's really close to the exit of the last corner.
What's that? Takeshi's Castle, when they have to run through the door and one of them opens and one of them's solid.
Oh dear. It reminds me of when I was a kid, and yes, I do remember back that far before somebody says it.
I can't say anything. We're pretty much the same age.
Exactly. Yeah. It was. You'll appreciate this, being a man of Essex. You ever been to the Meadows shopping centre in Chelmsford?
Yes.
Right. Now, I was there the day that the Meadows opened, and the big BHS that God knows what it is now, but the big BHS, the main
charity shop.
What is it?
Probably a charity shop.
Yeah, probably.
Or a
massive
coffee shop.
Charity shop. Yeah, that shop there. Literally saw this old fella in a Trilby hat. The windows were obviously so clean because it was brand new opened. He just went bang straight into the window. He was fine, by the way. I'm not that cruel, but just.
I think you're also going to have to explain what BHS is to quite a wide.
British Home Stores.
Audience.
Yeah, it's true.
Not just because it's an English staple from when I was a kid, but also because they haven't been around for about 10 years.
I would say the new version of BHS has got to be TK Maxx. Just a shop that does everything, and in no specific order.
I think you're insulting BHS.
I was talking to my other half about this. We were talking about Lidl, and like the first time I went in Lidl years and years ago when it opened up, there was no pattern to what was on the shelves as you're walking past. So it's like cucumbers, wristwatches, salad cream, condoms, flapjacks, and it's like,
hang on, cucumbers and condoms. Yeah,
they were far enough apart not to be suggestive. So, or obviously someone didn't get the cucumber, walked past and saw the condoms and went, I'm just going to backtrack.
Wait a minute.
A little bit, yeah. And let's start again. No, it's so British Home Stores was that, wasn't it? It was a shop that did everything. Like,
I thought it was just like a down market John Lewis, wasn't it?
It did do everything. It was kind of like down market John Lewis because it had like the lighting section. The one the lighting section.
That's the only thing you remember.
That's all I remember from VHS.
The lighting section.
Had a good calf.
Yes, do you know what? I was just about to say the same thing.
It did.
BHS did have a bleeding good calf. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You've not lived, Jimbo.
No. So we've got It's just we've had Suski in the pits. We've also got Cotton kind of permanently in the pits now. So I think.
So we down to 11 cars.
We are kind of down to 11 cars. It's good to see though, but it's like a practice session. I think people have got a lot more consistent. We've seen a lot less people crashing up until the last about 10 minutes, where maybe people's tyres are going if they haven't changed them, or the concentration levels are dropping.
I was just thinking that, he really couldn't he?
Well, he's pulled out a massive gap over the last 10 minutes to Clerc and Quiros, hasn't he? So, he's got a very good chance of lapping the entire field here. He's got 9 minutes left to do it, and Quiros is only just up the road from him. So, you can just see him in the distance there.
Interesting Praga fact just before the end of the race. The car is only 10 years old. So the first Praga was built in 2012. And it didn't begin, full production until 2013, March.
They are fantastic little things. I don't know if you've watched the coverage when like Jimmy's racing in them, etc.
I have watched the
they look fantastic, but then when you kind of have them next to a GTR, you realise how small they are. It's tiny, like the BMW M8 memes in real life.
So it only has a 60 litre tank, which I would imagine is why they're struggling to get to the end of the race on one tank.
I don't know what the fuel consumption would be like, but that doesn't sound like a lot.
So you have the Praga R1R, which is sports car based on the R1, and it's Praga's first road car since 1947. So they were making cars back in 1947. I need to find an image of it now. Team, can we just have a look at the...
Can we just bring it up on screen, please?
Yeah.
What do you want on screen?
It's fine.
Oh wow, I found an image of it. So I have a Praga 1947 classic car catalogue. Wow, they did ambulances. And it was called Lady. Interesting. Just so you don't think I'm going completely mad, I am going to drop the link to you both.
On screen right now.
Is it?
There you go.
Check that out. Look at that green one there. And then that one there. Praga Sharon. Praga Alpha. How did they get away with that? What the hell's Praga K?
Praga K.
Motor plow. Check that.
I was going to say, that's I think
is there a mod for that on the Setical?
No, it's DLC for Farming Simulator. Motorbikes as well. Wow. Here we go. Not just racing.
Yeah. Oh! I'm liking the tractor. Praga AT with the holes in the wheels.
The rear wheel looks like.
You wouldn't want to get run over by it, would you? Oh, plane. Hello. What's that? That's like a Dalek.
It's a tank.
It's a tank, isn't it? Armoured vehicle.
You'd feel safe in that, wouldn't you?
Yep.
Put it in it.
Plane.
Imagine Ben at like 6'2" with his head out the top.
I think Ben's more than 6'2", aren't you?
Yeah.
What are you?
There you go. There's the Praga
like
lady.
6'4".
Oh, 6'4".
Wouldn't fit in a lot of these.
There's a bus.
Wow.
A trolley bus. A tot.
Anyway, Adam, get rid of this.
Yeah, get back to the race. We've got a few minutes left.
So we've, I think Scott, has he just got past Quiros?
I don't think he has yet.
Yeah, that's Kiros directly
the car behind. He just hasn't updated.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, there we go. It's updated. So he's now got 5 minutes left to try and catch Clerc. I'm not sure unless Clerc makes a mistake. I don't think he's going to catch him.
She's probably about 12 or 13 seconds behind him on the road.
Yeah.
It
would take a mistake. Well, he's just.
No.
I think we might have just done the old commentator's curse because he's lost 5 seconds in the last 5 seconds.
Where is Clerc? Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh, he's in RTG.
He's return to pit as well. So well done, Ethan Scott. Then
Lap the field.
Lapping the whole field in an hour.
Unless
Great stuff.
Kirosh can unlap himself.
In the same livery as well. He's staying very close to him. I think they were a comparative speed, weren't they? But you can see that Kirosh is maybe carrying a little bit of damage there. Unless this is the famous kind of broken screen aero effect that they're going for in this program. But
it was like air conditioning years ago.
Okay. Yeah.
So just punched
Straight
a
from the
couple of
50s.
holes in the windscreen.
So yeah, Scott has. I mean, to lap the field. Yes, we've lost a few drivers. Yes, there's been some errors and things like that. But even so, that is one heck of a performance.
Especially with making mistakes, the pit stops seem quite short, don't they? So even if people have had an off and fixed damage and done their pit stop, I still wouldn't lose them a lap. So he's done really well. He's just been very consistent. We saw that one moment where he got the tail out of the last corner and looked like he might end up in the wall on the right, but he saved that, and we haven't really seen much apart from that.
Kirosh is pushing hard.
Oh god, he nearly hit the solid quick fit sign.
Oh, which is how he got this damage, isn't it? Actually.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
So he's
We
obviously
need a
learned.
camera set up just on the quick fit sign. To be honest, I reckon that's taken a few casualties tonight.
I should imagine so. He's not letting Scott go, is he?
No, still push him. Wants to try and get the lap back.
Just under 3 minutes left, and the battle that we're watching here is to see whether Kirosh can unlap himself and stop Scott from having lapped the whole field. Is the long and short of it.
Would you want to do another lap? Would you want to do an extra lap?
We've lost Chittle.
We have.
He's gone.
So that is
3
half
minutes
the
to
field
go.
down.
Cotton's back on the track. Fair play.
Oh, that was an
Kirosh is not going to unlap himself out there.
interesting line.
He managed to hold it though. Good job.
Gets it the straight line.
Well, I would imagine that many people have been through there now. It is basically just flat mud.
Yes,
So it's probably quite quick.
it's well and truly rubbered
that's
in out there.
Interesting line he's going to hit.
Never seen such a rubbered in line on the grass.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a car in the barrier.
Oh, wow. Lights spinning and flashing everywhere.
Don't know who that was in the barrier, but your man Scott coming up on some more back markers. Oh, touching the dirt.
Oh, God. Yeah. Squeaky bum time.
He's going to have one more to come up against, so I think we're going to have this lap plus one more for Ethan Scott.
Yeah, that should be it.
This does just really make me want to go and drive some Pragas now. Like I said to you guys earlier, I drove them around Assen last year and they were just phenomenal. So definitely want to see some more Praga racing. And
A couple of late pitters as well with those incidents. So Clerk's dropped right down to 7th then. So Clark 3rd, Matheson up to 4th. Matheson our champion of the season, of the series I should say. And I think Clark's going to finish 2nd in the series as well. So
actually,
great work from those two to turn up to so many of the events. Big shout out to them.
Definitely, and fair play to Matheson for sticking it out after what happened right at the beginning of the race as well. Getting collected by Zymandera as he came back onto track. But Matheson sticks it out and will take that title. 12 seconds to go. Ethan Scott very much on his final lap now. So we'll stick with Ethan as he crosses the line in probably about 20 seconds time. Later on, final lap.
Really good drive. It basically, like Ben said, everyone else has made mistakes around him. I think the only thing he did was sort of light the rears up a little bit. But yeah, great drive.
So Ethan Scott out of the final corner to take the checkered flag. There is there isn't one, but there it is. And Ethan Scott takes the win. Kirosh has not made it to the line. What's happened?
He found
the concrete. Found the concrete quick fit fire and ended up on top of it.
He's found the what? The concrete quick fit
he's found
time.
the Ben having a stroke, I think. There, no.
That's somewhat unfortunate.
Oh, what happens here if you can't get it off the sign? Does he return to pit and then Clark and Matheson are going to get past him?
Quite possibly. I mean, Matheson may end up on the podium here.
Whereas we sit here with tenterhooks waiting for people to come past.
Clark takes second.
So Clark steals second.
Oh God!
I don't think I've ever seen this before. You can still hear him revving every now and again, trying to get. Oh, he's returned to garage. Go on, leave the pits, quick. No, Matheson gets third. Matheson takes third on the line because Kirosh is in pits, and I'm guessing he's probably got his controls locked for 30 seconds because he did a return to garage. So he's dropped down to fourth, but he may yet drop down further. Where is Rossing? Here comes Rossing.
I think Rossing might be the last one to get him.
Or is Rossing already...
Rossing's finished. I think he's finished. He was an extra lap. One more back. So I think Quiros is going to get P4.
Bit of a disaster for him, though. That... I mean, you can't get harder than a hard quick fit sign.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Well, I tried to. Failed.
It's a good job Ben didn't try and say it.
Yeah, you can't
we'll still be in here tomorrow.
Stuck his Billy Bobs in this morning, hasn't he?
So yeah, I think that is game over then. Yeah, as Rossing actually goes past Kirosh, but doesn't make up a place there. And yeah, Matas, I tell you what, finishing is definitely a win tonight. Ben's absolutely right. Great effort finishing. Very much an achievement. One of only 11 to do so. So well done.
Congratulations to Matheson on being our first Arse champion. So well done.
Yes, indeed. So Scott from Clark, then Matheson, then Kirosh, Rossing, Watkins, Susky, Cart, Clerk, Overstreet, Chittill, Cotton, Lacroix, Nissen, Phoenix, Zymandera, Menzies, Shipper, Finney, Boyd. And Kirosh is heading out on track. I guess that means he's now finished. So there we go. Lewis Clark in the chat there. It was a fun track. It's always a fun track, Thruxton, and well done on your second place. You must have been quite pleased when you came through the final chicane and found Kirosh mounted a quick fit sign, but there you go. Matas Karts. My actual surname is that, not Kart, but it's
Sidikerskis. Sidikerskis. I'm gonna guess.
Sidikerskis.
Sidikerskis.
It wasn't complaining at the view. I'm sure you weren't. Yeah, excellent.
It was an interesting way to finish the race, that is for sure. Well, look, guys, thank you for joining us tonight, and very much thank you. Oh, it was actually closer than he was expecting. We did all right there, Jimbo.
You know what? I've had this before when I've had Nigerian customers and stuff, and they've said the way you pronounce my surname is better than Nigerians pronounce my surname. Which kind of goes well for us as Brits, doesn't it? Because we can barely speak our own language.
Yeah.
Give us a surname from another country.
You're from Norfolk, so.
Oh yeah, but because I've been in Essex for a little while, things have improved slightly.
That doesn't make it much better. Yeah. I can say that because I'm from Essex originally. So
now, when I say it, you're not worried about what I'm saying. You're blinded by the whitened teeth. So
Exactly. Most Lithuanians skip the D from Sidicuscus, so it ends up as Sidiscus.
Sidiscus. Oh, okay.
See, when I see it looks really cool. It looks like you're a sidekick. Just that's what I saw when I first saw it. Maybe it's because I just saw the SIDEK. But anyway, but Matas Karts is good as well. We like that. So yeah, well, glad you had some fun listening to us whilst driving. I know we waffled a little bit at times, but that's generally what we do around here anyway. But yeah, it was some good entertainment was had by all tonight. And Ben and Jimbo, thanks for joining me.
Always a pleasure. Never a chore.
You sure?
I'm just being polite.
Oh, great. Thanks. Okay.
Wait until we're off stream.
I'm just trying to think what's coming up next on oNiD. So, of course, Friday night.
Whoa.
Yes.
Second eval.
It's not being streamed.
But it doesn't matter if it's being streamed. It's what's coming up.
Yeah. I was going through the what's coming up on stream.
Oh, okay.
But just to please Jimbo, tomorrow night there's an event that none of you can sign up for anymore, which is the...
it's not the point, Adam. We're talking about the fact that we run a rookies league.
Yeah,
Some of these people might not know that.
No, he's right. We've got the second evaluation race of the rookies tomorrow night, which means... The most exciting point to that is it means that we are just over a week away from the Rookies Championship starting for reals, which means that I can get back on a stream shouting about the rookies. But yeah, that's going to be really good fun. So I assume, Jimbo, you're in full coach mode tomorrow night, are you?
So I'm going to be racing. Potentially, I may race. I may just sort of dip in and watch and see what's going on. But yeah, track guides have started coming out. So we did sort of a trial run for Mazzano, which is where the evaluations have been. We've got something a little bit different now. It's quite handy that Ben's here because Ben sort of does the editing. I do the laps, and then you put it on YouTube. So it's sort of between all of us.
It's the dream team. Ooh,
yeah,
that was one.
Freaky.
Yeah, Christ.
Spend too much time talking to Adam, apparently.
Oh, you should hear me and Johnny now. Jeez.
So yeah, rookie season 2's starting. We have got a full 50 on the sign-ups, which is incredible. Some that were in the rookies last season. The top guys from rookies, obviously, not that they weren't invited back. They don't need to come back. They've proven themselves and
they've been
On.
promoted.
Yeah, so obviously welcomed into the GT3 leagues, GT4 leagues that we run. But yeah, rookies is looking really good. I mean, sometimes you try something new and it works well, and then sort of halfway or 2/3 through the season, it can die off a little bit, and then you wonder what's going to happen the next season. But yeah, full grid, 5 coaches.
Yeah, there was certainly no dying off in the rookies last season, was there? It was just...
No, some of the best racing, some of the best viewing numbers as well. And I think you said it, and everyone said it that was on comms at times when you were watching, you wouldn't have thought it was a rookie season without us telling you.
No.
Or it being in the title. So, no, really looking forward to that. And where we go from there with that.
Am I now allowed to tell people what's next on stream on Friday?
On Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, please, go ahead.
Thank
Don't
you.
let me stop you.
Very much appreciated.
Guys, when we're
on
done,
Friday...
Chat about Adam, please. Yeah, is that right? Yeah, just a quick...
Face. On Friday, we've got the next episode of the oNiD Arms. So generally, that's me and Johnny talking crap for... an hour and a half about sim racing. But on this one, we're also going to be dipping into Circuit Superstars. We're going to be having a bit of a grudge match on Circuit Superstars. Some of oNiD's Xbox boys will be joining us as well, because so many of you will have never come across our Xbox team before. They do a great job running the Xbox events here at oNiD, but because Circuit Superstars is cross-platform, we sort of gave them first dibs on coming and joining us. So yeah, it'll be nice to have some of the Xbox boys in the races with us. But in terms of what you'll hear and see on the stream, it'll be me and Johnny whittering on about all things oNiD and sim racing. Loads going on, so loads to talk about. Then Sunday, Oh, no, I forget. There is actually an event that you can still sign up for on Saturday. And that is our DLC series. So we've got 3 races in one night involving all of the new ACC DLC cars. So the Ferrari Challenge and the Porsche 992 and the BMW M2 and the Audi Evo 2 thing and
R8 LMS Evo.
That's the one. Yeah,
keep on going.
Yeah. So all of that on Saturday night. There are still some spots available for that. So come jump in and get yourself signed up and come racing with oNiD on Saturday night. That'll be a good bit of fun. And Sunday night is the next round of the GT3 European Series, which I think I'm right in saying, Ben, is a 90-minute race. So it would just be the one split being broadcast this week.
Yeah, that's right. It's 90 minutes of Monza. And I think this week is the turn of Split 2. I think. Has that been confirmed yet? If it hasn't been confirmed, it's confirmed now. It's Split 2 for the first of the 90-minute specials, with Split 1's 90-minute special happening later in the season. So, should be a good crack.
Johnny says, course.
Correct. Yes. I can read between the S.
He's even typing like he's got COVID. It's brilliant.
His spelling has tested negative. No, thank you, Johnny. So that'll be on Drugs Are Bad, Kids. Yeah. Do you know what? I used to know somebody who presented a show on hospital radio once, and whilst the doctor was doing their rounds in the morning, decided it would be a good idea to play the Verve, The Drugs Don't Work.
Oh, man.
They get fired.
I don't think you can get fired for a volunteer job, can you?
Yeah, should have got promoted.
Yeah.
Can I make a request, as Johnny is in the chat as well? So obviously you're doing Circuit Superstars this Friday for the oNiD Arms.
Yes.
And obviously it's cross-play or cross-platform.
Yes.
So I think that there should be a Rocket League one at some point.
I've never tried
where there is obviously a couple of teams and we just go at it playing Rocket League against each other whilst you two discuss things on
Johnny
the
says
Arms. Johnny
yes.
agrees. Johnny says yes, and he even spelt it correctly, so he must be excited.
A 3-letter word, and he managed to spell it correctly. Hey!
Yeah, he could have put just Y, couldn't he? So yeah. But no, I think that would be pretty cool. Rocket League, something incredibly competitive, and
I've never tried it. Is it good?
Well, you can use your controller, so you'll be alright.
He spelt that correct as well. Look.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, of course he can spell that. That's main vocabulary. That
he doesn't have to. He's got a short key. Just hits Shift F8.
He's got a Stream Deck with one button on it, and that's all it does.
Yeah. No, I might have a look at Rocket League. Yeah, it's always appealed to me.
I think you can download the base of it for free. I got it through Epic Games.
Really?
For free. Obviously, there's like loads of stuff you can buy for it that you don't need. But
well, there's something for me to try out. And then next week we are back in with all kinds of madness. So
GT4s, woo!
Oh, yeah, the GT4s are back next week.
next Tuesday, you've got me and Johnny on comms. I think
I'm racing.
Can't wait.
I've ditched GT3s for a season to try my hand at GT4s.
No. And so you'll have me and Johnny making fun of you. Hope you're looking forward to that, everyone. I'm really looking forward to getting back in the comms booth.
Literally, like my day-to-day life when I talk to you lot. Anyway.
No,
so
true. Now, as I said earlier, Friday, I'm off to the hospital to have the cast removed, and I'm going to be asking the question of the doctor.
Why are we whispering?
Because I don't want to jinx anything, but
he's talking about it again.
I'm going to be asking the question about whether I'm allowed to race again, and if I am, I might see. Yeah, Johnny's got it right. I might see if I can slot into the Tuesday night league.
Okay.
Brilliant. Claire doesn't know. That's why he's whispering on a stream that everyone can hear, and turn the volume up on if you want to as well.
I'm wearing headphones, you numb nuts.
She can watch the stream.
Yeah, right. Do you not think she's got enough of me in her life without adding more?
One of the cats might.
Only got one.
In. Oh well. Do you want 2 more? I'm trying to get rid of mine.
No.
I'll have them.
I've
already got 2.
I would say I'd pay you petrol to come and get them, but I can't afford that. I'd have a mortgage.
In good news, the knee scooter is now back in a functioning condition after yesterday's issue.
What happened yesterday? I missed this. Did you try pimping it like that video that I sent?
No. Said cat had crapped on the floor. Said Adam did not notice this, and
you rode your knee scooter through cat shit in your house.
Correct. Yes.
Oh wow, wow. No wonder you don't want to get up and go anywhere. Too worried you're going to wheel through shit again.
And I was just in my own house.
Oh, do you know that's the one thing that I can't complain about the cats here is we don't get cat poo in the house. I don't know why I'm saying poo. I've said shit 5 times. Oh my god! I can't believe. Wow, when you're down, someone always comes along and kicks you, and now she cats
or shits on the carpet. Anyway, this is actually still streaming. So.
Oh yeah, this is why I'm carrying it on. That's why I got so excited about it because I thought this is going out live.
Well, there is plenty going on at oNiD, and look for any
treaded tyres. Was it really difficult to? Have you got treaded tyres on your knee scooter? Like Inters?
No, they're grooved like sort of early 2000s F1 tyres. You know.
Oh, so easy to clean, but I suppose you lost a bit of traction as you went.
Yeah, I mean, I think the issue is that normally I would have, even if I hadn't seen it, I would have smelt it. But because I don't have my sense of smell still, post-COVID, Matt says slicks were not optimum. Hello, Matt, by the way. Matt's rocked up just as we're finishing. Love it.
Yeah, I was going to say to anyone that's joined the stream late, there was a race it finished about 15 minutes ago. It's not just us chatting shit, literally, on this occasion.
I don't feel sorry for people very often. Like, most of the time I'll be like, you make your own luck, it is what it is. But you've had COVID, you can't smell, you're on a knee scooter, and because of the COVID and not being able to smell, you rode your knee scooter that you've got because you fell off a curb through cat shit in your own house. How far did you get through the house before you realised there was a trail of cat shit behind you? Did you hit it and it was like, oh, what was that? That don't feel right.
It's fair to say that I didn't notice until later on that day.
Oh, how many trips did you make?
No, I only went through it once.
Oh, okay. Okay, God. Oh, Claire was fuming. Yeah, maybe she's not watching the stream.
No, I think not.
She's too busy for breezing everything.
Well, that's standard practice because I live here. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, I think that's probably a good place to wrap it up, gents. We can probably edit the last 20 minutes out. Really,
that's gonna get clipped, isn't it? It's gonna get clipped so much.
Oh yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. Johnny says attached a mop to knee scooter. That's not a bad idea, actually. You've had worse ideas.
Shit plough. You ought to put a shit plough on the front, like a snow plough, but it just shifts shit out of the way.
Call Mr. Plough, because that's my name.
Oh, God.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Congratulations, Madison, on your championship win.
Yes, I'd even forgotten about that. Right, Johnny, you can go away now. Pooper scoop your face.
I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in admin chat because this isn't done yet.
No. All right. See you later, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Ciao.
See you later.
Thanks, everyone.